I got a call from Amy last night about 12 midnight about a shooting in Las Vegas, and she was telling me that her son was shot.
Canyon Lake resident Scott, who didn't want his last name used or his face shown, sits alongside his longtime friend Amy. Both share a strange and unlikely connection to the worst mass shooting in U.S. history.
I can't even believe what has happened. I just can't believe it.
Amy's 38-year-old son Colin was in the crowd at the Harvest Festival and was shot 3 times.
He was shot in the leg, the hip, and his foot, I think.
Their story takes a bizarre turn when a few hours later, Scott makes a horrifying connection. He discovers the shooter, Stephen Paddock, is actually his former brother-in-law.
My niece had called me and asked me if I recognized him and realized that it was my ex-brother-in-law. I had to call Amy and, basically tell her that 37 years ago I knew this person. 37 years later, he ends up shooting her son.
I don't hold anything against him. It's not him. It's the shooter. He has mental problems.
Scott says his family lost touch with Paddock years ago when Paddock and his sister got divorced. He says his entire family is in shock about what happened and say they never would have seen this coming.
We all would go water skiing together. They had a boat, and we all just had fun together. And there was no signs of anything.
And with more than 50 dead and hundreds injured, Amy, whose son is expected to recover, is just grateful he was one of the lucky ones.
He went there to have a good time and almost lost his life, so it's just really hard.
And Amy says her son is returning to Southern California tonight, where he is expected to undergo surgery. Both Amy and Scott say that they will lean on each other to heal from this tragedy that certainly none of them will ever forget. We're live in Downey. Stephanie Stanton, Fox 11 News.